Hey, what's up guys? I'm Tony G and you're watching 1526 Barbecue, and today we'll be teaching you how to make some barbecue garlic cheesy bread. Check it out. Alright, so I've made this garlic cheesy bread many times before, but I've never made it barbecue style. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to be adding some barbecue rub in the mix. We're going to be cooking the crust on the smoker, and then later in the cheese, when we add the cheese, we'll be adding some smoked cream cheese as well. So to start off, you're going to want to cook your crust. You're going to want to follow the instructions on the back of your packaging, as it might be a little different than mine. I'm using this this pizza crust, thin crust. Now the directions say to cook at 400 degrees for about 8 minutes, and then add our toppings, and then cook for another 6 to 10 minutes until it gets crispy. It does not say to include some non-stick spray, but I always like to do that just in case, or really just to keep it easy to take off. So just a light coating of this spray will do. And then to open this guy, there should be a section here that says start here. You kind of just grab that paper, start unrolling it. Sometimes that doesn't work, so you have to twist it. There we go. All right, so good thing about this crust, it comes pre-made. You just got to find the seam, which is about here, and then unroll it. Okay, I'm just going to use my hands and stretch it out so it's as even as possible. Okay, that's probably good. So now the first layer of barbecue flavor, get your favorite barbecue rub. I'm using this Sweet and Smoky. It's my favorite off-the-shelf rub that you can buy pretty much in any store. And you want to give it a light coating of rub. You don't want to go too heavy. Okay, that'll probably do it. All right, so I have the smoker already sitting at 400 degrees. I will be smoking with hickory pellets today, but you can smoke with whatever pellets you'd like. It's gonna go in there for about 8 minutes so we can start cooking this crust. Okay, now while we wait for the pizza crust to cook, I went ahead and melted in the microwave, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 tablespoons of butter. To that, I'm going to add this stir-in garlic paste. You could use fresh garlic if you'd like, or minced garlic. I've never used this before, but I like the idea that it's a paste so it can kind of spread evenly. And I added what I would guess is about half a tablespoon. I got a fork. We're going to just go ahead and mix that up so it gets well incorporated into our butter. Okay, that's our garlic butter for our pizza. Now, as I stated earlier, we will be adding some smoked cream cheese. This is about half a packet of smoked cream cheese, or about 4 ounces. If you want to learn how to smoke cream cheese, it's super simple, but I will be linking a video, on my video that I did right up here in the corner, and there'll also be a link in the description. Okay, and lastly, we're going to be using this triple cheddar cheese today. I don't know if I need 2 packs or not, but I bought 2. This is some white cheddar, some sharp cheddar, and some mild cheddar. And it says that it's made with a little bit of cream cheese to make it extra creamy, which we're going to just love on our pizza. All right, so it's been 8 minutes. Here's what our crust is looking like. It's still a little doughy, which is good, but under the bottom here you can see that it is crisping up. So that's perfect. That's exactly what we want. The first step is to spread our garlic butter and just give a nice generous coating of this garlic butter on the bread. Okay, now that the garlic butter is on, the next thing I'm going to add is my cream cheese. Now I don't think there's a nice way to do this. Well, I guess maybe with the fork. So I'm going to break off little chunks and just randomly drop them here and there. And this is a good point to add that, you know, now if you want, you could be adding some diced onions or some jalapenos. Ooh, I was going to add bacon, but I forgot to cook it. That's all right. You could add bacon. You know, just make this garlic bread your own. Add whatever you want. Maybe you want to add some jalapeno slices or something, right? It's up to you. Okay, now that I've distributed my 4 ounces of cream cheese, now that I've distributed the 4 ounces of cream cheese, it's time to add our cheddar cheese. Now you can go as heavy as you'd like here. I think 1 bag is going to be enough. I don't think I needed that second bag. Why not? All right, so we added a whole bag of cheese, and now we're going to put this back in the smoker for another 6 or 7 minutes until that cheese is nice and melted. All right, so it's been about 7 minutes. Let's take a look at that. Now, what I've learned today is I should have broke up that cream cheese a little bit smaller, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll have some really good pieces of cream cheese on some of them. Now, we're going to let this sit and cool down a little bit before we cut into it and give it a try. Okay, so our cheesy garlic bread has cooled off. Let's give it a try. The first thing I noticed when I was cutting it was that it did develop a really good crust, nice and crispy. I like that. That little pull apart there. I'm going to try this piece here that has some cream cheese on it, some of that smoked cream cheese. Guys, you got to try this one. This came out really, really good. Obviously, you're not going to get a ton of that smoke flavor since it was only on the smoker for about 15 minutes. You do get a little bit more of the smoke from the smoked cream cheese, so that worked out really well. But just that crispy crunch topped with garlic butter and cheese is just delicious.